I can maybe count to 10 and that's it. I don't know. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Close, right?
Yeah, that's good.
That's all I got.
All right, guys. This Week in MXA, presented by O'Neill Racing, episode 199. We are at Fox Raceway on a Monday, and we're hanging out with Honda guys. It's a pretty good time to be a Honda guy. After Motocross Destinations this weekend, Honda won all 3 motos.
Correct.
Tim Geiser, Jet Lawrence,
correct,
and Tim Geiser again, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So Honda domination. Shane Drew is chassis, R&D, and suspension?
Yeah, chassis, suspension. I oversee that part of our race team.
Okay, cool. For the factory HRC Honda race team here in the US. So you didn't have to go this weekend, huh?
I did not. I actually was in Japan a week ago.
Nice.
Doing some tests and stuff, so I'm like, yeah, I didn't want to do them both, so I picked to go to Japan.
All right, well, you came here with us instead.
Exactly.
It's like I don't know if that's better than being at the Nations winning championships.
It's better. Let's just go with that.
Okay. So we got to ride the Honda CRF 250 Works Edition model. Can't talk exactly how it worked on the track. You'll have to stay tuned for that video coming out next Monday. But in this video, we're talking to Shane. It's been a common theme of just how much development has gone into these bikes through Jet and Hunter, and the connection between factory Honda and Honda Japan. You've been at Honda for how many years?
I started in 1997.
97?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm 28 years old, so you've been there for 27 years.
Something like that, yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. And what's the connection like between Japan and US now from your position?
Right now, I think the relationship between American Honda Race Team, the KMO factory, which designs the CRFs, and then HRC, it's a different company also, that's the race version.
Yeah.
Between us three, I think it's the best relationship we've ever had.
Yeah.
So there's the best information going back and forth as far as tests and stuff, direction, what's coming, things to try. It's like, yeah, it's a really good time right now.
That's cool. And what's it like for you directly working with Jet and Hunter and just seeing how well they're, doing on the results? I mean, it seems like no matter what, those guys find their way to the podium.
I think we've always done a pretty good job. So when you get the final piece of the puzzle, a couple riders like that.
Yeah.
Plus our 250 guys are no slouches either.
No, they're not.
Yeah, it makes us all look good and results come.
Yeah. What about the CRF 250 Works Edition? So I'm not going to say exactly what I thought about it, but from your point of view, how cool is it that Honda has now implemented their 450? They started that in 2019 with the 450. Now it's on the 250 for this year. How cool is that?
When they first said they're going to build a 250 RWE, I was surprised. Actually, I didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I think the end result is really good. Again, it's a nice way of having some more development from race team side onto the production side. So it's all good.
Nice. And from your point of view, what's your favorite aspect about the 25 model?
For sure, the chassis. The improvement in handling and stability is night and day. It's something we've been working on for probably 3 years on the race team, in collaboration with the HRC and KMO engineers.
Yeah.
But to finally see what the end product is, it's really cool.
And they're riding stock linkage?
We are, yes. Every race we've done on the 25 so far, whether it's the last 3 Pro Motocross or the SMX and now Donations, was all on the stock linkage.
It's pretty impressive. Not too many factory teams you see winning all of those races with stock or stock linkage. And talking a little bit, I love to talk about the production rule we have here in the US versus the prototype bikes that they race over in MXGP. Can you explain from your point of view, like the difference between US and GP racing? And the chassis differences? Well,
Tim Geisers was able to race this version, a works version of our 25 bike all this year, where in 2023 we started heavily modifying our 450 frames. Everything we could do that was still legal to try to get us the direction of this 2025.
Yeah.
And we thought it was a real big improvement,
Nice.
So, but now after seeing how good the 25 ended up, I kind of look at it like our race frame in the past was maybe 50% to where the production bike is now.
Yeah.
So it was a big step for us, but this is even better.
So can you explain a little bit more? Like your linkages used to be completely separate. I guess now they're connected.
Separate pull rods. Now they're connected.
Yeah.
Like they used to be.
Yeah. And then so that adds a little bit of stability. but also you guys had like braces on the frame. So in the US, you're allowed to add material onto your frame, but you're not allowed to take material off the frame to make it lighter or handle different that way. So you guys are putting material onto the frame.
Yeah, there was some different versions, Supercross or Motocross, 5, 6, 7, 8 different patches on different places, and tried many versions of it. Like we started in 21 messing around with all different modifications. Yeah. You probably saw pictures of our old linkage pull rods where we had it braced across.
Yeah, I do.
That was also knowing this was coming. Yeah. Just that whole area of the bike, especially with the torque of the engine, that whole area of the bike around the swing arm pivot is a lot of load. Yeah. So the more you control what's happening there, end result's good.
That's awesome. And what about me today? You got to watch me ride. How did I do for my tryout for Factory Honda?
Pretty good. I'll have to talk to Lars about it.
Yeah? All right, we got a little connection. I told him Lars is half Swedish, I'm half Swedish, you're half Swedish.
My mother's from Sweden, yep.
Yeah, so we got a little bit of a Swedish connection. So he said to bring my gear to the next race, but also don't do Larocco's Leap.
Do not, well, we saw last time you tried Larocco's Leap, how it ended up.
It didn't go so well.
Yeah, we'll pass on that.
All right, thanks. Shane Drew, Honda,
thank you.
Good times.
Yep.
Thanks. Josh Fout, Action Magazine. Woohoo! Paula National Practice Day Monday. How was it? What'd you do?
Paula National?
Paula National Practice Day.
Oh, is that why I was going so fast? I was out here trying to qualify?
Yeah.
It was good. It's nice to get away from Glen Helen, that's for sure. We got some ruts, got some big jumps. Yeah. It's definitely a nice change. Yeah. It's probably nice for you too. It's not all beat up from the National and you're not stressing it. You could go fast.
A lot less stressful than the National today. You rode which bikes today?
We did 25s, KTM 250, Honda 250, CRF 250, and last but not least YZ 250.
Nice. And you rode the Works Edition.
Works Edition.
Okay, so don't tell us how the Works Edition was. Well, stay tuned for that video. But how was it jumping on the 3 different bikes on this track for you?
It was good. You know, every time I come here, it takes a moto for me to get used to this track. We don't jump enough, I don't. So it's a little bit of a learning. I jumped on the KTM first because I'm most comfortable on KTMs just recently. Yeah. So that was a nice change, but it's really good to go back to back on those bikes and see the differences. The 450s are fast, you know, so when we get on these 250s, it's really nice to compare these engines and the way the power is brought, because you want more power out of a 250. Anybody who gets one, they always want to go a little bit faster. Yeah. So it's good to compare.
Nice. Also, good times at Paris Raceway this past weekend, riding with the Panic Rev guys. Panic Rev Ride Day. What's the Panic Rev Ride Day? Well, it's just a public ride day where all the homies from Panic Rev come out and we give out free lunch. Normally it's hamburgers, hot dogs, stuff like that. This past weekend and this summer, really, it's been smoothies. And smoothies are pretty nice on a hot summer day. So Paris Raceway, good time. I was riding the YZ250F, also the Triumph TF250X with Ezra Lewis, getting closer to our 250 shootout to see where that Triumph mixes in with the rest of the models. Panic Rev's Christian Motocross Ministry. We do camps, summer camp, winter camp, also do Bible studies here in Marietta. Ride days are once a month, I think first Saturday of every month. Free smoothies, free hamburgers, good times. Good times today testing the Honda CRF 250 Works Edition. Stay tuned for that video coming out Monday on our YouTube channel and website. Also though, we just posted our 2025 Kawasaki KX 250 video on our website. We were spent a week up at Washougal this past week. Tons of fun riding the KX 250 and the KX 250X model. So if you haven't seen that video, be sure to check it out. Also, we just posted our YZ 250F video. That bike did see some updates. So check that out on our website and YouTube channel. Team USA versus the world. We sent CamWorks over to the Netherlands to follow Team USA at the Junior World Championships. First 2 episodes are live. 3rd episode where they're going to Loretta Lynn's. That should be on our YouTube channel now as well. Thank you guys for watching This Week in MXA. Good times. Stay tuned for Trevor to race the 24-hour this weekend. He put 18 hours on the bike last year within a 24-hour period. Let's see if he could do 20 hours this weekend. The comments will definitely help if you guys are excited and want to show your support for Trevor. We're not asking for GoFundMe. We're not asking for anything crazy. Just, no, we don't need a GoFundMe. Show some love in the comments for Trevor, our video guy. He rode more hours at the 24-hour last year than he has since the race last year. I don't think he's ridden 18 hours since last year, so definitely not. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.